you afraid of God?
No, but I'm afraid of you.
Walking away from Rapture, especially in the early days of Infinite, where we didn't have any of this stuff. We didn't have these characters. We didn't have this world. We sort of looked over at, you know, the guys working on BioShock 2, and you're jealous because it's like, you guys have all that cool stuff, and it's already, you know what it is, and oh God, our stuff is, who knows what we don't really know what we're doing yet. I think they're both completely different and almost exactly the same in some ways. That, like for instance, Rapture is founded by an atheist, empiricist, capitalist, and of Jewish descent, and you know, he's an immigrant. You know, so he's very much one kind of the American experience. And if you look at Columbia, it's sort of the opposite. You know, like the immigrants are pushed to the side, and the people who've been in the country for multiple generations are at the center. Certain types of people in the country for multiple generations, the white Protestant, class. But that struggle, that class struggle, is definitely more central to BioShock, and the racial struggle wasn't present really at all in BioShock 1, and that's central to this game as well.
I don't understand. How could we get there?
That's where that airship's going, but if you want to stay and dance, we can...
No, let's go. Come on, let's go.
We were very conscious of, coming into this story that because of the BioShock 1 story, people were sort of expecting like a twist. And I think that, what we wanted to do was to build something out that was much more this entire world of questions, particularly surrounding Elizabeth and her relationship with Booker, and what happens to them, I think, is much more key to the story this time around than sort of relying on this one moment that we had in BioShock 1. I think there are a series of moments and there are a series of events that are going to cause people to question exactly where the story is going and exactly what the end game is, and I think that's, for me, what's great about it is it broadens the story to feel something much more akin to like Lost, where you've got all of these questions leading to this singular point, and how are we going to resolve them, and hopefully we've done our jobs to resolve them in a satisfactory way.
When we first did City in the Sky, we first decided we were going to do City in the Sky, we said, hey, Art Deco worked really well for us in BioShock 1, let's do Art Nouveau, because it has the word art in it. Art Nouveau is so difficult to work with in the game world because where Art Deco is full of nice, solid shapes that are really, like, you can make something Art Deco and it's automatically low poly and fits into a game budget perfectly just because of its large shapes, large simple shapes. Where Art Nouveau is very swirly and very fine-tuned and based on animals and plants, and you try to make a polygon out of that and it's like your budget's blown. The other thing we did fairly early on was dark and stormy, lots of clouds, really pushing in the cloud cover so you feel a bit claustrophobic. Even down to the point where we're lighting it the same way that we're lighting Rapture. We realize that we're doing a City in the Sky, but we're really just doing Rapture again. Like, there's no wow moment. There's no like, wow, I really feel like the expanse of the sky. I feel claustrophobic. I don't feel like there's this wide open space. So you have to take a good hard look at where you come from and where you're going, and if you really think that you're pushing it far enough.
Bring us the girl and wipe away the debt.